Hello friends, welcome to Science Jagat. Today we are going to understand the immune system concept map. So we are going to understand basic concept. See, the following concept map is a concise summary of what the immune system is. This immune system concept map defines the parts and functions of the immune system in easy keywords to memorize easily. So this map tells the function of immune system cells and how well they perform. It's easy guide to remember the concepts clearly. So when we read immunology, we get confused that which cell activated at what time, what are the phagocytic cells, what is innate defense, what all comes under innate defense, what all comes under adaptive defense, what all type of cells are antigen presenting cells. Okay, so this concept map is to clear those concepts and to tell you that how the immune system flows. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first of all, immune system. Immune system have two type of defense system, that is innate and another one is adaptive. So what is innate defense? Innate immunity, it is the immediate protective response of the immune system that does not require previous exposure to the antigen. Okay, and what is adaptive immunity? It is the immune response against a specific antigen. Okay, now first let's focus on innate defense. So innate defense consists of internal defense and surface barriers. In surface barriers, it includes skin and mucous membrane. So mucous membrane is present in our mouth, in nose lining, in all the openings, anus opening, okay? And skin, you know that this is the largest organ of our body. Now, internal defense includes fever. When innate defense provides our immunity, we got fever, okay? Second, antimicrobial protein, inflammations, and natural killer cells and phagocytes. So these are the defense system which work internally in an innate defense. Fine. Now let's focus on the one by one antimicrobial protein. Antimicrobial protein includes the complement systems, interferons, and cathelicidin. But when inflammation occurs at that site, it is signaled by heat, swelling, pain, and redness. Okay. Then we talk about phagocytes. Most common phagocytes are neutrophil and macrophages. So macrophages act as a phagocyte in innate defense also, and it also acts in APCs, that is antigen presenting cells. Okay. So now let's focus on adaptive defense. So adaptive defense has memory cells. It has memory of the antigens which have encountered earlier also. Okay, so this memory is by the memory B cells. Right? Now it is very specific for the particular antigen. This is very specific. In innate defense, see, skin and mucous membrane is not very specific. It is a barrier for each and every kind of no antigens like soil particles or viruses or bacteria, everything, right? But adaptive defense is very, very specific. It consists of two parts, that is cellular immunity and humoral immunity. Fine. So in cellular immunity, it is made up of T cells. But when we talk about humoral immunity, it is made up of B cells. Fine. So let's focus on cellular first. Cellular is made up of T cells, and T cells become immunocompetent in thymus and bone marrow itself. So they generated in bone marrow, but they travel through blood in the thymus and they get matured there. Fine, they become immunocompetent, and T cell clonal selection also goes there in the thymus only. So the maturity happens in the thymus area. Fine. Now let's see B cell. Now B cell become immunocompetent in bone marrow. Fine. Okay. Now let's see APCs. What is APC? APC is antigen presenting cells. So what all cells are antigen presenting cells and what they do? Okay, so APCs include B cell also. It includes dendritic cell also, right? And it also includes macrophages. Fine. So macrophages, B cells and dendritic cells, all of them are antigen presenting cells. One more thing is APCs are helper T cells and B cells become immunocompetent. With the help of APC, antigen presenting cells, the T helper cell and the B cell become mature, immunocompetent, because APC cells like normal macrophages or dendritic cell, when they present antigen on their cell membrane, that antigen is recognized by a T cell, and that T cell make an specified marker which is recognized by B cell, and this is a part of their maturity. Fine. And then B cell got activated because of that. Fine. So this is how helper T cell and B cell become immunocompetent, and this whole process is going in the bloodstream. So this is the simplest concept map which you can learn. One more thing I want to tell you. So that was a beginner's concept map. Now let's go towards little bit advanced one. Now this is immune system, acquired and innate immunity. So in innate immunity, the physical barriers we have already talked about: skin, mucous membrane, saliva, flushing action of urine and tears, stomach acid. These all stop infection before it enters the body. Fine. But if the innate immunity is blood-borne, it is in the blood, there are some proteins or already a viral infection in the blood, then in the blood cells, so in the cells of the body also. So these blood-borne kind of immunity is controlled by phagocytes, phagocytic cells. So what all cells are phagocytic cells? This is neutrophils, macrophages, basophils, eosinophils and NK cells. These all are phagocyte cells, and they lead to death of dangerous organisms. Okay. Now, because of these kind of blood-borne immunity actions or organisms which comes under a cell and invade them and give us diseases because of that, a complement system cascade starts. Okay. In innate blood-borne, the complement cascade is alternative pathway, and ultimately it leads to the classical pathway. So the end is the classical pathway. Fine. Now in acquired immunity, there are two components. It is either by T cell or either by B cell immunity. Fine. So when it is by B cell immunity, it gets antigen exposure, then lymphoblasts form. These lymphoblasts can be plasma cell or clonal B cell. These clonal B cell form memory B cell, and these plasma cells form antibodies. Now these antibodies initiate complement system cascade, and at the end the classical pathway ends the reaction. Fine. And in T cell immunity, whole T cell released into three type of cells: suppressor T cell, helper T cell and cytotoxic T cells. So there are three type of T cells. All the three type of T cells initiate reactions which led to the death of body cells that are infected with a virus, otherwise they are damaged. Fine. So this is what immune system concept map is. So I hope this video is informative and you can learn by this concept map easily. If you like the video, please subscribe, share and like. Thank you so much. Meet you in the next video.